It's a journey, right?
Okay, so this is part 2. I'm interviewing my program co-chair for Love Abilities, Michelle Donnell. She's a psychosexual therapist. And in part 1, she was talking about her work and how she learned so much from working with clients and being part of a multidisciplinary team. But I really want to get down to the personal life of Michelle Donnell. If you are willing to share just a little bit of what it was like, how you acquired your disability, and how has life been since then, personally?
I had a motorbike accident in 1996 and was paralysed at T12 complete. So I'm a manual wheelchair user. And initially, I remember sitting in the hospital and looking up at this chair in the corner and thinking, that's it for me. There's no way forward. Why would my partner ever want to stay with me? So I tried really hard initially to get my partner to leave me. Some of that was unconscious. Some of it was part of my own values about why would you want to stay with somebody who's paralysed when you can be with somebody that's able-bodied. But that they were my views because I couldn't see past the wheelchair in the corner. And then I started to get up in this chair, which was like Ironside. It was huge with the massive fluffy cushion on it that I would not have chosen. And I was very vain. I am. And the chair just became this massive obstacle. How can I wear my high heels? How can I be feminine? How can I look beautiful? So that was a challenge for a long time for me. I didn't feel like a girl anymore. In hospital, you kind of have to wear clothes that are fairly baggy and shoes that you can get on and off really easily. And there are rules about sitting on certain things. And so I felt my identity had been shifted. And all these things are to do with our sexuality. If we're not feeling good about ourselves, it's really hard to project a good self outwards. So how do we attract a partner when we're feeling like that? And that's what I was feeling about my partner. Why would he want to stay with me? Wasn't taught too much in the hospital about how to manage my sexuality, how to manage my sex life. I'd been with my partner 4 months when we were injured together. He bruised his thumb coming off the motorbike and I broke my back. And he was just amazing. He'd come into the hospital every day. And I went home on weekend leave, which we got then. And the first thing we wanted to try and do was to have sex. And I was terrified. And he was terrified. I laid on the floor. And it was because we were staying at a friend's house who'd gone away. And I laid on the floor. And I was terrified that I was going to get pressure sores because that had been drummed into me at the hospital. I looked at my tummy and it was a different shape. I was a racing cyclist before my injury, so I was very athletic. My legs had just disappeared. My muscles had gone. And I had an indwelling catheter in. And I looked at this indwelling catheter and thought, I can't do this. I don't know where the bag is. I don't know where it is inside of me. That I'd emptied the urine out of it, but I felt just so unsexy. My partner laid on top of me, and at this point, I let out the most amazing amount of wind. So I'm kind of feeling really sexy at this point. No, not. And we laughed it off, and we tried penetration. And penetration was just frightening. And he said to me, I feel like I'm raping you. That was where I just thought, you know what, how are we going to move this forward? Who am I going to talk to? And how do I move it forward? So that was kind of the beginning for me of my personal journey. And it all stemmed from that moment about the information I needed and what I needed to find. But it was a difficult beginning. And had I had someone to talk to early on, it might not have been difficult. I hadn't even thought about lubrication. Hadn't even thought about my partner losing his erection because he was terrified. There's so many unknowns. So yeah, it was a hard beginning. It made me learn. Well, thank you for letting me share my story.
Thank you for sharing, and it was yeah, it's thank you for sharing so vulnerably, and it really took us there. It took us there, and I think this is very much linked with why you do what you do, so that nobody else needs to suffer from the shock
Yeah,
that you went through, and people can have the support and have an easier time. And this is why we do what we do.
it is. It is. The
We
healthcare professionals have been able to tell me earlier on where my catheter sat, whether I could lubricate, all of those simple things. They didn't really need to say the word sex. Just show me a diagram. So sometimes it's really simple. And that's what I like to teach healthcare professionals, really, that it's not scary to open up the subject.
Thank you for sharing. So please check out our website, loveabilities.org. That's where you'll find a program, and you can apply for a ticket to attend the 5-day festival. We have 29 sessions and 50 presenters. So Michelle will be doing 2 sessions, one on psychosexual case studies, and she will also be the moderator of the Dating with Disabilities panel.